Hey everyone, okay, in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to do a very smoky eye for hooded eyes. And if you are unaware of what eye shape you have, you can click here and it'll take you to another video that opens in another screen that can take you through the different eye shapes so you can decide which eye shape you have. But this tutorial is for hooded eyes, and a hooded eye means that this crease here in the eye falls down partially over the lid or entirely over the lid. So this is what this video is going to focus on. Now this tutorial is going to be using smoky browns and some black and really, a really smoky eye pulled outwards. So let's get started. Now the first thing I'm going to do is apply a nice all over eyeshadow. Now I'm using the Nude Mattes palette, which is the Paulas Choice one, and this of course is the palette that I was the consultant on. So I'm taking the second shade, which is this shade here, and I'm applying this just all over the lid. Because it's a matte shade, just apply it all over the lid. I'm using a crease brush, and you just want to create a base. This is just acting as a base. Now, depending on the hooded eye that you've got, will depend on how much shimmer an eye can take. Now, generally speaking, if this part of the lid is hooded and coming down, and it's more hooded with wrinkles or crepey skin, the more matte shades you need to use. If you've got a lot of lid showing still, you can put a shimmer color there. Now, I'm using a shimmer color, but for this tutorial, I'm only going to use the shimmer right here on the inner corner. That's all I want. Just a little bit of shimmer right there. That's it. Now we're going to start making our way. Now I'm going to be using this shade here, which is this brown, and I'm going to start in the crease of the eye. Now if you are unsure where your crease is because the kind of skin is fallen down, just tilt your head back so you can find the socket, which is where you want to put the color in there. So we're going to place the color in the socket, and in a back and forward motion with our eye open or our head tilted back, we're going to go into the crease of the eye. And when you're going in, we want to stop about here. We don't want to go right the way into the brow bone, to the nose bone here. So just stop in a back and forward motion. And remember, we put color on with one brush and we blend it with another. We don't blend with the same brush because it just muddies the water. So we're going to go back and forth over this area, and I'm tilting my head back so you can see where the crease is. And when I kind of finish, you can see the definition into the crease of the eye now. So what we want to do is blend this. Now you want to take a clean brush, whatever brush you've got is fine, and just take the brush and very gentle movements back and forth over this area we've just applied the crease color to. Now we're going to pull this eye out, but before we do all of that, I'm going to go underneath the eye with the same color, and I'll tell you my reasoning for this. So we'll just start on the outside corner, and you just want to bring the color underneath, starting from the outside and then bring it in. Now it looks a bit stark at the moment, but when the whole thing's put together, you'll see balance. The reason for that is in this smoky eye, we want to pull the color out. And sometimes with hooded eyes, the lid can look a little bit sad or a little bit droopy because of the skin that's folding over it. So this is why we're using this as a guideline for pulling out the eyeshadow. So now we're going to take a second shade, and it's going to be this shade here, which is this deeper brown. And I'm going to apply that into the crease of the eye, about a third of the way, and then onto the actual lid. So right here, and then onto the lid. The outside corner and the lid. So we're starting to deepen that outside corner now. And you want to build this color up, and then we'll blend it out. So right here on the outside corner, and then in circular motions over the bulk of the eyelid. Now at the moment this shape is quite round. It's coming around, it's almost meeting that bottom colour. You can leave it like that and blend it with a brush, which we're going to do now, just to soften. So you can leave it in this circular shape. It's absolutely fine. But I'm going to pull it out to the side to lift the corner of the eye. And the way to do this is I like to just take my finger here and pull up slightly, and it gives me a guideline of the end of my eyebrow where I want the colour to bleed out to. If you're new to this, you may need to use a tissue. Just fold the tissue over, and that bottom colour that we've just applied is our guideline. And just take the colour and start to drag it out towards the eyebrow, the tail of the eyebrow, and it just helps to pull the colour up and out. So now what we want to do is more passes of colour. So we're taking the same colour, but now we're building up layers of colour, particularly in this outside area and then onto the lid where there's the hood. And then the same principles, blend it out. Blend it in, up and out. But don't blend it too far out. If you feel you've gone too far out, then just clean off the brush and just take the end away. Now I'm going to take the second deeper shade here, just before the black, and I'm going to apply that to the outside corner. Now I want to get right in to that lid there, the outside corner of the lid, and then onto the lid. So it's getting progressively darkest from here and then bleeding in. And I'm really going to build up this colour because I want a really strong kind of 90s supermodel smoky eye. And then blend. Remember, this blending brush is very soft. It shouldn't be dragging the skin. It should be done with, you know, accuracy, not scrubbing back and forth. You notice that I'm going above the crease to bring the smoky eye up, so it starts dark at the lashes and fades and bleeds up, and joining it up underneath the eye. So that it forms, you know, a continuous colour. Don't worry about any fallout. We can clean all that up in a minute and we'll do concealer and stuff. So just make sure any gaps that you've missed are filled in, and then go back through your blending. So we're going to clean up underneath here in a second, but now we're going to add black, which is the final shade. And I'm going to apply this with a pencil brush, and I want the black to start at the outer corner, very outer corner, and then I can blend it in. Underneath the eye, and it's always thickest at the outside corner, and it, you know, gets thinner as we go in, because the outside corner here is where the highest concentration of colour is. So let's just clean up underneath the eye before we move on. Normally with hooded eyes, when we line the upper part of the line, we use we use a lash, like a push brush, to get really close to the lashes. But because this is a smoky eye, we don't need to worry about the lid space because we want it dark at the lashes and to bleed up. So take a kohl pencil, and take your pencil brush and blend it in. So I don't know if you can see, but it's just made a subtle difference to that upper part of the lash line. It's made it really dark, but we've got definition here in the crease and it's being pulled out. So a true smoky eye would have kohl pencil, black kohl pencil in the waterline as well. Now doing that will shrink the eyes, but it will still make them stand out. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to clean up under the eyes with a bit of concealer and just tap this into place, or use a beauty blender sponge. We're going to apply mascara. If you've got really good lashes, we can leave it there, but if they need help, putting on a fake lash will open up the eye and create a lot more space, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to be using a lash. This is a Vela lash and it's called Complete Me, and I'm going to put this on and that will complete the look, and you can see the full effect. Okay, that completes the look. I hope that this was educational for you and that it helped you to understand placement and things like that. So I'll get a bit closer. You can see that this is a really strong smoky eye. The lashes are there, which open up the eye to create more space. It's smoky and it's pulled out. The brow highlight that we did originally with that all over color has kind of faded and bled upwards. So there you go, that is how you would do a smoky eye, a really strong kind of editorial. This isn't your kind of, well maybe it is, this might be your going to get a glass of milk smoky eye, who knows. But there you go, it's an editorial one, it's strong, I hope you like it. Don't forget to rate and all of that stuff, and I do hope you find it interesting. There's also a video here, if you click, this will show you how to do a smoky eye on mature eyes. Over 45, 55, much more mature eyes, so that you can see the differences in techniques, because sometimes when there is more skin movement, you want to be able to see how to do it. So if you click that link, it will take you there. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. I'm just going to go and get a glass of milk. Bye bye.